So welcome to the haunt. I'm Brick.
I'm Sheesha.
Alright, cool. So I'm going to talk about execution rocks today.
What did you just say to me?
I'm going to talk about execution rocks today.
Execution.
Rocks.
Rocks.
That's what it's called, yes. I take it you haven't heard of it?
No, I'm unfamiliar.
Alright, cool. So, Execution Rocks is a very tiny island in the west end of Long Island Sound, New York.
This is in the United States?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So it's really just a pile of rocks.
Uh-huh.
It's about a 40-minute boat ride from the shore. And
Is this used for mafias?
No,
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
it's possible.
Okay.
But you can see Manhattan from it, so it's not
Okay.
like in the middle of the ocean.
Well, severely secluded. Secluded enough.
Right, yep. But it has a pretty gruesome history.
Yeah?
So, legend has it, 'cause none of this is proved, but also I understand why it would want to be covered up. So, like, I kind of believe this is true. It's called Execution Rocks. Like,
Right, yeah.
there's a reason for that, right? So, right now there is a lighthouse there. There was not always a lighthouse there. So, as you can imagine, there were a lot of shipwrecks. Because
You can't see the pile of rocks.
Right. And the way it is, too, is the tide, rises and falls.
Uh-huh.
So, like, a lot of times you can't
See it.
see it. Right.
It's underwater.
Yes. I mean,
Titanic
there's a lot of
moment.
it stays above water for a lot of the time, but, like, there's a lot more to it than what you see, if that makes sense. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's not called Execution Rocks, though, because of all the shipwrecks.
Okay.
So, during the Revolutionary War, British soldiers would take prisoners and during low tide, chain them up to the rocks and leave them there to drown as the tide rose.
I mean, that's one way to do it. Okay. All right.
It's also said that slave owners would do the same thing with their slaves. As I've said, there's no actual historical proof of this happening, but at the same time, it checks out. So, they say it would take about 12 hours to die, being chained up to those rocks there, and there's rumors that you could hear people screaming from the shore.
Oh, my. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going a little darker this week.
That's totally fine. This is a different side of you I've never seen.
Yeah, I told you, I can get pretty dark.
You don't like to.
Depends on what it is. This I find fascinating.
Oh, okay.
There is stuff about this that makes me very uncomfortable, and we'll get into it. But, but at the same time, I find it fascinating.
Okay.
So, towards the end of the Revolutionary War, there's this story where British soldiers, that's hard to say, British soldiers. I can't. British soldiers.
There you go.
We got it. They were hanging out in the water, and they see George Washington and crew sail by. So,
Wait, actually?
this is the story.
Oh, okay.
Who knows if this is actually true, but this is like
Okay.
a big story that they talk about. So they see George Washington and his crew sail by, and they say, "Hey, we're gonna win this war. We just gotta follow him, and we are golden." So they start following him. However, the British ship, also hard to say.
It's a lot of S's.
It is. Collides with execution rocks. And not a single soldier survives. A lot of people believe that it's the ghosts that killed them in revenge.
I can see that.
Right?
I can
Right?
see that.
Yeah, it's kind of a good karmic story. I mean, death is never great, but...
Death is awful.
Yes.
Let's just put that out there.
So, because of all of the shipwrecks, in 1847, the city spent $25,000 to build a lighthouse, which was a lot of money back in that day. And so the lighthouse was first lit in 1850.
Uh-huh.
And in 1869, they actually built living quarters there. So, like, the lighthouse keepers would just stay at the base of the lighthouse.
Yeah.
And so they actually built a living quarters there. And the lighthouse was run by keepers and Coast Guard crew until about 1978, when the entire thing became solar powered.
Got it.
So now they don't need to have someone living out there 24/7.
Okay.
An interesting fact lighthouse keepers commonly have to sign a year contract where they will work at the lighthouse for a year.
Uh-huh.
At Execution Rocks, because of all the legends and history that surrounded it, they were told that they can leave whenever they want to, because they didn't want them to feel like they were chained to the rocks.
All right.
But also because it was believed to be haunted.
Yeah, I believe
They're
it's
like,
haunted.
yeah, they're like, yeah, you don't have to stay here a year, because, like, we get it. It's rough. So, just work as long as you can. We appreciate you. So, it was the first lighthouse in the history of America where the lighthouse keeper's contract was to be for as long as they were willing, instead of a full year or 2 years or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And there were still like lighthouse keepers there. There's one weird incident that was reported in 1918. It was a very foggy day. So the lighthouse keeper at the time, who was Peter Forget, he had other people there, but he was the one who found this.
Yeah.
He had the foghorn running all day, and he noticed shortly after his lunch break that the engine was running slower than normal. So it was taking longer for the horn to go off and the light to flash, whatever.
Okay.
So he goes to check on the engine room. It's in flames.
See?
They don't know how this fire started.
Awesome. Okay.
Yep. There was another fire later on. I don't know exactly what year it was, but they tracked that fire down to, like, overheating of something or other.
Yeah.
So that one's not as weird. But this one, they don't know how this fire started.
Mm-hmm.
No one was hurt. But the city did give them $10,000 to repair any damages. So,
All right.
it was back up and running.
Okay.
So, now we're going to talk about something I don't like talking about.
What is that?
This is a serial killer by the name of Carl Panzram.
You know, talking about serial killers?
Listen, it has to do with this place. We're just going to briefly cover it because, like,
okay,
we're not a fan, but it does add to the creepiness of this place.
I like serial killers, so.
Yeah, I know you do. Also, I want to talk about this because Ghost Adventures went to Execution Rocks. And Zach Bagans spends a good amount of time trying to prove that this guy haunts this island, which I don't believe is true.
Let him have his own fantasies. Have you seen him lately?
No, is he not doing good?
Frail.
I mean...
You know how he used to be buff?
Yeah. Oof. Listen, I don't agree with a lot of the stuff he does.
I just saw a thing about Ghost of Joe Exotics.
What?
Tiger thing. This is the whole thing on Discovery Go. But when I tell you that man looks frail, he looks frail.
Oof. Well, I do talk about him a little bit in this because
there you go.
Ghost Adventures was actually the first ever ghost group to investigate on Execution Rocks.
Okay.
Yeah. I also talk about him a little bit because we'll get to it. But anyway, so Carl Panzram has a Minnesota connection. He was born in East Grand Forks, Minnesota.
What?
So, yeah.
Okay.
So that's a little ish.
If you don't know, we're from Minnesota.
Yes. So when he was 19 years old, he was released from Leavenworth Penitentiary in Kansas, and he made his way over to the East Coast. So this guy was a criminal long before any of this stuff.
As a child, I guess.
Yes, yes. So he made his way over to the East Coast, and by selling stolen goods, saved up enough money to buy a boat. And he gathers up a crew and changes his name, sort of. He has a bunch of different names, but over on this part of the world, his name is Captain John O'Leary, and he kind of becomes a pirate.
Arg.
Yes.
All right. Okay,
So-
John O'Leary.
Yeah, yeah. So during this time, he joins a neighboring community of City Island, and he kind of starts this routine of finding someone, getting them drunk, doing things to them, and killing them, and then dumping their bodies at execution racks.
I'm gonna have to look into him because what?
Yeah. Yep. He has an autobiography.
I've never heard of him.
Really?
No. And you know me and my serial killers,
yeah.
Rick.
Yeah.
I never heard of this dude.
Yeah. He. Oh. So in his autobiography.
Okay, this goes right along with every other serial killer. I don't know why. Because this happens with every serial killer.
I know, and I don't like serial killers. That's why. I don't listen. I definitely understand the fascination with serial
But see, I don't want
killers.
to say not that I like them because I don't know that they do bad things, but
Yes.
I'm very fascinated.
Yes, and I definitely understand
And
the fascination with
intrigued
them.
by
But
them.
I don't like giving them attention.
I understand that.
Yeah. Kind of the same with demons, but here we are, just talking about demons on the regular.
See, that's because of me. I feel like I put out enough positive energy into this world that I can talk about the dark and gory stuff a little bit and it not be a thing.
No, I can talk about it. I just think they don't deserve attention.
When I was sick, Jacob said, go put on a podcast. Not a serial killer podcast. Go put on a funny, lighthearted podcast. I said, look, not all my podcasts are serial killers. Some of them are about cryptids and weird things in the woods. He's like, but not lighthearted and happy.
Demons.
I was like, well, yeah, correct. He goes, go find a happy one. Okay?
Oh, funny.
So that's really hard. I don't got a lot of those.
Well, anyway, Carl Panzer, in his autobiography, wrote that while he was in prison awaiting death sentence, he admitted to killing at least 21 people and admitted to a bunch of other terrible crimes, and he said that he felt no remorse in his autobiography.
Well, that's a sociopath right there.
Yeah.
Sociopath.
Yep. His last words were, "Hurry it up, you Hoosier bastard. I could hang a dozen men while you were screwing around." Those were his words during his execution.
Oh, those final words?
Yes, those were his final words.
It's kind of G final words, but like, dang.
Right?
But like,
But also,
oh my God.
So, that's all we're gonna say about him. 'Cause we're done. He makes this place a little creepier,
She is
right?
done with
Yeah.
this dude.
Mm-hmm. So, we're gonna talk about the investigations
Yeah.
of Execution Rocks.
Yeah, the investigation's all right.
So in 2009, Ghost Adventures, as I mentioned, were the first people to investigate Execution Rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot happens during
Which
their
episode?
investigation.
What year was that again?
2009.
Okay, so one of their old episodes. Like, he
Yeah.
could have still been authentic, but...
Yeah, but also they were walking around yelling for Carl Panzer. I'm like, dude, he's not there. You all are dumb.
He could be.
I don't think he is.
You think he is? He
I
could
don't
be.
think he
It's a
is.
possibility.
Gut feeling, he's not.
It could be just because
If
of
you
out
look-
of spite.
But if you look into his autobiography, he traveled around a lot.
But
Like-
he mainly did a lot of things at Execution Rock.
He would just dump bodies there.
Yeah, that area is significant to him. So he would probably go back there just to torment the souls that he dumped there.
Well, there's also a bunch of other souls there that were chained to the rocks.
So yeah, but he didn't dump those ones. He dumped the ones before. So it's a possibility that he is there. Making that about your whole investigation, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, they do other things, but they do spend a good portion being like, hey, Carl Panzer, come get me. And I'm like, okay, y'all are dumb.
You're dumb.
I hate Ghost Adventures. I really don't like it. But anyway, besides the point. The interesting thing about their investigation, only because it ties into the other investigation I'm going to talk about, is they have an ovulus, which is like a thing that goes through a bunch of words, and apparently ghosts can pick out words and make it say stuff. And it says, drink mercury. And there's a big tub, like a big metal tub that says, danger, poisonous mercury.
You have a text message.
I know, we're ignoring it. So...
Well, my husband's ignoring my text messages.
Fair. So that's really the only interesting that happens in that investigation.
Really?
I think,
okay.
Yeah. And that's...
Okay.
My theory is, okay, you know what? You can just shut up.
Who is it? They
it's a group chat.
So I don't do group chats.
My boss this is actually really cool. She's in Texas right now at the Chi headquarters, and she gets to have dinner at Dr. Farouk's house tonight.
Ooh.
I know, exciting, unimportant. But anyway, so she's texting us, telling us all about it. But anyway, so that's what happens, 2009.
Okay.
We're going to fast forward now to 2019.
That's a big jump, but okay.
It is a big jump, yes. So... this comes from a YouTube channel called TFIL, which stands for The Fuck It List. And the channel is this guy named Elton, who basically gathers up his friends to do bucket list stuff. And that's what the channel is.
I have to find that channel. That sounds interesting.
Yeah. They also have another channel, which started kind of with this, which is called the Overnight Channel, where they spend the night at a haunted location.
Maybe I've seen that one.
And it's so good. I love it. Anyway, he does a lot of really dumb stuff that I don't agree with.
Yeah.
But because here's the thing. The way I view it is it comes from a genuine place of wanting to learn more rather than like just for entertainment's sake.
Yeah.
You know, like Ghost Adventures.
The
So, we're going to get into some of the dumb stuff he does later on.
Okay.
But, they do talk about so they have two different investigations. This one and then one a year later that we'll get to.
Yeah.
So, they talk about in the one a year later how a lot of the stuff that happens to them at these locations could be stuff that they bring with them rather than the actual location. Which will definitely make sense in the second one when we get to that one.
Okay.
So, 2019, Elton brings his friends Corey, Aaron, and Corbin out to Execution Rocks. And,
how do they have all this money?
Who knows? Patreon?
Okay.
I don't know. Elton seems like a rich guy. He just kind of has it all.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Who knows? Yep.
Sounds good.
Yep. So, I also forgot to mention that because of the rising and lowering of the tide, there's about a 12-hour window where the tide is too low for any boat to reach it. So, like, the boats can't get out there.
Okay.
So, when you're out there, you're stuck there. So they...
For 12 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you walk? Or is it too deep to walk?
No, it gets too deep to walk. It's like... Because a boat could get there, but you can't get to the boat. Like...
You have to swim to the boat.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'd swim to a boat.
Well, a boat's not going to go out there.
Or get a dinghy. I'll find a way to get back out.
I mean, I have no intention of, like, spending 12 hours on Execution Rocks, not going to lie.
Not at all.
But also there's a 12-hour window where you can go back and forth. So, like, people go...
Oh, okay.
You know, but...
Okay.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so they get there. And the sun's just setting, and they cannot
Of course
leave
the sun
until
is just setting.
Yep. They cannot leave until 6 a.m. when the boat comes back to get them. I should also mention there is no power at Execution Rocks. The only thing that is powered is the actual light in the lighthouse, and that's powered by solar. So there's no outlets, no electricity.
Got me fucked up. I think not. Oh my god. Call me bougie all you want, but I need electricity.
So they go inside the living quarters, and the door into this house is a very heavy metal door. And it's got a string on the inside so people can tie it so it doesn't fly open, which, why would it fly open? It's a heavy metal door. The wind can make it harder to open or close, right? But it's not, I don't think it can fly it open because it's,
Okay.
yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, you can tell when they're getting into the house that they're like struggle to open the door. So you know it's heavy. They get inside and kind of freak out for a moment because they immediately hear footsteps upstairs.
No.
Yep.
Because no one lives there, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, there's no one else there. So they kind of wander around the downstairs, come back to the entry area, the front door is open.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
They're hearing someone walk outside. So they go outside, they find a crowbar. There's no one out there. They take this crowbar.
How do they know no one's out there?
Because they walk around. It's a really small.
Oh, it's really small? Okay.
Yes. Like, literally all that's there is this house.
When you tell me that
lighthouse.
it's this stuff and I'm like,
It's like a pile of rocks. Like, that's what it is.
Got it.
It's not really an island.
Got it.
So, they find this crowbar. And they take the crowbar, set it up against the house, and just kind of leave it there. They're like, okay. They go back inside, head upstairs, unpack their stuff, and set up where they're going to sleep and everything. They come back downstairs. Door is open again.
No. No. See, I don't know why, but when the doors open, when they're not supposed, that's the scariest thing to me. I can see something out the corner of my eye. I'm like, oh, okay, sup.
When stuff actually moves.
Door?
Yeah.
No, it's specifically when a door is opened. I don't know what is about it with me. If a door is open when I know that it was closed and like closed good.
Yeah.
No.
I get freaked out when things start moving. That's when I'm like, ooh. But anyway.
You all right up there?
So they convince themselves at one point that there is someone else there messing with them.
Of course.
Because they keep hearing people walking around. This door keeps opening, right? They're like, what is going on? They can't find anyone else there, and they've all been staying together this whole time, so it wasn't any of them. And this is like right off the bat, right? This is before they've even started doing anything.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. Absolutely not.
Yep. So they go back inside, and they go into the actual lighthouse. As they're climbing the stairs, there's a moment where they all stop because they hear something, and you can hear it on the camera, like there's movement. And they say it sounds like chains being dragged, which I guess is a common report on this, on Execution Rocks.
Is there still chains on?
No.
No? Okay.
No. Not that I've seen.
Okay.
No. Yeah. So they freak out and discuss it for a minute before they continue going up. And they get to this top landing. There's like a little landing before you get to the actual light in the lighthouse, right? So they're hanging out at this top landing. And this is something I don't like talking about.
Yeah.
There is a doll.
Oh, God.
It's on a swing, and it's hanging on the wall.
Who? Who did that?
Also, it looks horrifying.
Is there a picture of it?
Yeah, this is all up on their YouTube channel. But it's...
I have to go watch it. Who put the doll there?
That's a very good question.
Who put it there? And who thought it was a good idea?
That's a very good question. They kind of assumed that it was there because they went in October. And, like, this is here as, like, a tourist thing. But they really don't do a lot of, like, tourist stuff there. They have tours every once in a while, but,
And
like,
they cannot say that it's for decoration for Halloween. No.
yeah,
No, because... Was there dust on it?
I don't think so. Also, its face was cracked, and it didn't have any eyes.
Oh, it's a porcelain doll?
No, it's plastic. Yeah. No, it's... like, the crack was designed into it. So this doll is really, really creepy. Sitting on a swing. They put a K2 meter up to it, and the K2 meter spikes. And they just...
Look. What was in our first episode? Talk about my sister's creepy doll?
Yeah. I know, I don't do dolls either, but there's...
I don't do dolls.
But the doll in this one is actually really, really creepy, especially when we get to the second one. Like, I just hate it. Anyway. But I can't stop watching this. I'm like, I am hooked. Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch it tonight.
Yes,
for sure.
it's
This
so
sounds
good.
very interesting.
Each time they go is broken up into 3 different sections. So there's a lot of, like, footage. But anyway. So they go up to the actual lighthouse light part of it. They walk around the balcony up there for a bit. And then they come back down. When they come back down, Elton takes this doll off the wall, puts it around his neck. So...
Why would you do that?
I told you he does really stupid things.
Oh my god.
He does really stupid things.
Oh my god.
So this is just to show that they're bringing the doll with them.
No.
If you think that's dumb,
Oh my
wait till they
God.
go back.
Oh, let me go back.
In the second one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So they go back downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
The door is open.
I'm done with this door. I'm done with this
They
door.
check outside. The crowbar is sitting away from the building. Remember, they leaned it up against the building. Yeah. So Elton, who still has this doll around his neck, decides to kind of spike up some activity. He's going to take this doll and tie her to the rocks. So, the look on your face right now. So, they randomly find some rope
This just...
that is, like, already stuck to the rocks. So they tie her swing to that rope and toss her over. So she's just hanging there on the rocks. They go back inside. The door closes on its own.
This is giving very much Robert the Doll. It's giving Annabelle. And I...
Just wait. So they decide to do some, like, real investigating up in the lighthouse. They go back up there, get all their stuff set up, and at one point during this investigation, Corbin is using dowsing rods.
Uh-huh.
Elton is filming him, and Corey, out of nowhere, just starts freaking out. And he's like, "No, that's not Corbin. That's not Corbin." And we're like, "What?"
Corey. He's a dancer.
Corey? Yeah.
He does lots of stuff with Sam and Colby.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
same Corey.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So, that's funny. So,
He's had a lot that happened to him, Corey.
I think
Corey's
he's, like,
very cautious.
very sensitive.
He's very cautious too, because
Yes.
have you ever watched Sam and Colby stuff?
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting.
They always go after Corey. They always go after
always go
Corey.
after Corey.
He's too open and he doesn't know how to put up
Well, and
a
that's
barrier.
why I think this is interesting too, because Elton is so, like, does everything he can to get any type of reaction from, like, anything ever, and Corey's like, "Nope, we're just gonna."
Yeah, Corey.
So they're an interesting pair.
I mean, Sam and Colby were like, "But let's do anything." But then after they saw like about a bunch of happened to Corey, they they reeled back in. The kid became more cautious from now on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So Corey explains that he was looking at the viewfinder through the camera that Elton was using. And he said Corbin was sitting there, but he only saw a shadow. He didn't see Corbin in the viewfinder.
Where was he?
That's why he was freaking out. Because he could see him in person, but he couldn't see him in the viewfinder.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Which, who knows if that was just, like, the angle he was looking at it at or something. Because, like,
maybe.
you see him in the video, so it's not like he wasn't there.
Yeah, unless something's messing with their camera.
Right. Well, and then he also asked the dowsing rods if that was someone messing with the camera, and it said yeah. So, interesting. During this investigation, the spirit box says all of their names multiple times, very clearly. And as their batteries start dying, they decide it's just time to go to bed and, so
reconvene.
They all sleep in the same room. Smart.
Very smart.
In the morning, they go to check on the doll before they leave, and she's still there.
All right.
So they leave.
They leave the doll there?
Yes. They leave her there.
Oh, Jesus.
They just wanted to make sure she was still there before they left. So.
You want to bring her back in?
Nope.
Hang her back up where she's supposed to be?
Nope, they leave her there. Well, who said she was supposed to be there?
No one just...
it's creepy.
willy-nilly hung her there for us.
Well, and they were freaked out when they found her, too, because she was looking down, so they're like, she was watching us the whole time we were walking up.
Absolutely not.
Oh,
Absolutely not.
hate it. So.
Hate all of it.
In 2020, a little bit over a year since they were there last, they come back.
Okay.
This time we have Elton, Corey, Corbin, Brandon, and their camera guy, Evan.
Okay.
So, before they get to the island, Elton says that he has a surprise.
Oh, God.
He's bringing 15 items with him that he's going to show them once they get to Execution Rocks. On their way out there, the boat dies for a few minutes. So, it comes back to life after a few minutes, but it's weird that the guy
died.
Yeah, the guy driving the boat is like, oh, we have a problem. And they're like, huh? So,
you know what that was? A bad omen. Well,
they have a theory for what it was, which we'll get to.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to send me the name of their YouTube channel, this YouTube channel.
Yeah, this is TFIL.
TFIL. Let me just, hold on. Quick, brief intermission.
Yeah, they do a lot. It's not a lot of, like, haunted stuff on there. The overnight channel is all haunted stuff.
The overnight. Okay, I'm not on the hunt. Let me go back to my... here we go. TFIL?
Yes. So... Alright, so I'm just going to continue on.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
And then overnight, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So they get there. And Elton tells them that the guy who owns this place had told him that no one else was there since they were there last.
Okay.
Which is important. So obviously the first thing they do is check on the doll, right?
Yeah, okay.
So they find where they left her. The swing is still there. And her hands, attached to the swing, are still there. But that's all that's left of the doll.
Fuck out of here. The swing? The hands that were attached to said swing.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God.
That's it. And it's like a clean break on the hands. So it's not like they were like worn off. Like it's weird. So.
Right.
So they wander around. They find the crowbar that was there last time. It's still there. They go upstairs and see that some of the doors now have locks on them, which is different from last time. And the weirdest thing, though, is when they left last time, they just left all their sleeping stuff there. They just left it there.
Why?
Because they didn't need it. It was just extra weight that they didn't, I don't know.
Okay.
So they just left it there. Everything was exactly how they left it. Exactly.
So no one's been there since?
Right.
But there's locks on the door?
Yes. And we find out why later.
Okay.
So...
Okay.
Yeah. So So the locks isn't weird, but there's more weird stuff.
Okay.
So they get settled in, and they go to the entrance of the actual lighthouse, right? They're all trying to convince Brandon to go into the lighthouse by himself, because he wasn't with them last time.
Okay.
And Corey interrupts them all and is like, I'm sorry, guys, but there's this, like, decoration on the wall behind me that keeps moving. So...
Okay.
And you can hear it move after he mentions it. It moves again and you can hear it, but they never catch it on camera.
Tripping. Okay.
Yep. So, they all go into the lighthouse. Brandon is not going by himself, which fair.
I wasn't going by myself either.
No. So
No, thank you.
They all go into the lighthouse. They hear something drop from the top and, like, land at the bottom. Never find out what it was.
Look.
As they're climbing, too, Elton gets sick, throws up on the stairs. This is way worse than the first time they went. Like, and there's a reason for it.
That's because he pissed them off.
No, well, remember he has 15
items.
surprise items. So, they're climbing the lighthouse, they get to the top landing, and, what do you know? There's another doll.
Oh. Tripping.
So, this doll is a different doll, but her hands are missing. And, her head is on backwards. And she's wearing a mask. So...
Are we sure it's a different doll?
It doesn't look the same at all.
Okay.
Which, like, it might be the same doll with a different head, maybe? We don't know. So...
Right.
So the head is on backwards and she's wearing a mask. If you remove so the mask is just like a normal face mask and it's got eyes cut out or holes cut out for the eyes.
Uh-huh.
You take the mask off and this head is skinned. Like it's like muscle and like bulging eyes. Like that's what it looks like.
For what reason?
I mean, that's a valid question.
Are you doing okay? Because I'm...
It's weird.
This is so weird.
Yeah.
So weird.
They all start freaking out, except for Elton. Like, nothing freaks him out. But they all start freaking out. And they immediately think that the owner...
How is Elton not scared?
He's not really scared of any of this stuff. Which is why he does a lot of dumb stuff.
That explains why he's stupid.
Yep. So... they immediately think that the owner is playing a prank on them, right? Like, he watched the last video and was like, this is gonna be funny. So, they call the owner.
Uh-huh.
No answer.
Okay.
They call him 3 times.
Uh-huh.
And they're all like, it's not that late yet. Like, why is he not answering?
Uh-huh.
So then they decide to call the guy who drove them there on the boat.
Yeah.
No answer. They call him 3 times. No answer. So they all start panicking.
Right.
Because they're like, what if there's an emergency? And Elton's like, then we'll call 911. Like, he's just like so unfazed.
He does not care.
Yeah. So they just start freaking out. And they hear people talking.
Shut the fuck up.
So they're all quiet. They're
Shut
like,
the
what
fuck
is...
up.
Yeah.
Talking?
Talking.
Oh, God, okay.
So they all quiet down, and they don't hear anyone talking anymore after they all stop. But they do hear a boat. They hear a boat coming up.
Okay.
And they're like, that's really weird, right?
Because no boat should be able to come up, right? Is it in
Right.
that time period?
Yeah, right,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah, the tide's too low for any boat to, like, be where they're hearing it.
Okay.
So, literally everyone except Elton is just, like, full-on panicking. Which is pretty much how the rest of this night goes.
Okay.
So they go up to the actual lighthouse, walk around a bit, come back down, and Elton decides to play a prank on Corey.
Why? Why?
Because why not?
That man goes through enough.
Right?
Why?
So Corey's just standing there, and the doll is behind him. just hanging, sitting on a little ledge.
I would never have my back turned to that doll. Never.
And Elton comes up, pushes the doll so that it looks like it just falls onto Corey. It actually looks really like real when you're watching it. It looks like the doll just
Why
like...
you gotta mess with him like that? I'd actually pee my pants.
Right?
I'd literally defecate myself.
Right? Like, it's... Oh. So, the doll falling, though, causes the mask to come off, which is important. So the mask falls off. And Elton decides to take this doll and throw it off the balcony. Just to see what happens. So, he takes the doll, he's walking up to the balcony, and he's looking at the doll, he's like, this face, like, someone put a lot of effort into making this, and it's pretty impressive. So we know the mask is not on the doll, because he specifically mentions, like, it's an impressive art.
Yeah.
He throws the doll off the top of the building, comes back in, and they're all mad at Elton for throwing the doll off the balcony, which, yeah, no doubt.
First you want to throw the other one into the river, then you left it there.
So they all go back into the house. Brandon sees something, freaks out, and says, hey, can we all just, like, go outside for a minute? Like, I don't want to be in here right now. This is freaking me out. So they all go outside, and they find the doll. Her face is completely smashed.
From the fall?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. As they're looking around for all the pieces of her face, they find her mask with a feather through the eye. And,
Look.
Look. They spend a good amount of time, like, arguing about this. Because they're like, wait, Elton, did you put the mask back on? And he was like, no. And they're like, why is the mask here? It's freaky, right? I'm sorry, am I stressing you out?
It's just like, why is Elton doing this stuff? Why?
Oh, he does a lot of really dumb stuff. Like, a lot. But like I said, it actually seems like he's just trying to, like, learn more about things rather than, like, just for entertainment.
It kind of sounds like he's being reckless at the same time.
Oh, he's definitely reckless, yeah.
So he must have some protecting crystals, auras.
Nope, he just doesn't believe in a lot of that stuff, and that's why, yeah. Okay. He's very skeptical of, like, a lot of this.
He's a Mitch?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
If you didn't know, Mitch is Rick's brother.
He's my brother, and he is a skeptic. So, while they're arguing about this doll, Elton is setting up a table where he's going to show them all of the items.
The items that he brought.
That he brought, yes. And while he's doing that, they take the K2 meter. It spikes on the doll, and it spikes on the mask.
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty much the end of the doll saga, because they don't really do much else with it.
Yeah, I would leave that doll the fuck alone, too.
Right? But it is actually creepy. They have a REM pod that goes crazy when they put the doll near it. Like, it's creepy. And I'm like, nope. Nope.
Look.
Mind you, the doll's face is smashed in now, too.
Mind
so,
you,
like...
It's giving possessed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's giving Annabelle.
Yep. It's creepy. But
Like
I just
that
think
doll
it's
haunts
so...
them in their dreams.
Yeah, probably. But I just think it's so fascinating that, like, the doll continued the second time they went there, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, it's a weird thing.
So what's satanic called? Okay, I don't want to say satanic. Okay, let's hold on.
So...
Another satanic church it's not people making it out to be. The true ones. Not the ones that just stay there to say... The real ones that are doing it the right way and how you're supposed to do it.
Well, there's a right and wrong way to do everything.
Yeah,
right?
but there's satanic cults that have made it all about what it's not about.
There's a lot of really dark stuff. Which, like, stay safe, folks.
Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Don't do drugs. Stay safe.
Yes. So Elton unpacks these items that he's been teasing. And this is just...
Elton gives me migraines.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Okay.
Because this is just, like, a prime example of a lot of the dumb stuff that he does.
Right.
Correct. As you can guess, it's all, like, dark stuff that he's bought off the web. So he's got, like, a voodoo doll with instructions on how to use it. He's got what's he's called a devil board, which is like a Ouija board, except somehow associated with the devil. It's a lot of stuff like that. And,
Hold on.
It gets worse.
Oh my god. But, like,
Yeah.
I'm speechless. Because, like...
Yep.
Oh, my lip ring's gonna fall out.
Uh-oh. Let's not do that.
Also can't see, I lost the ball on my lip ring.
Oof.
My lip ring is being weird. But...
So, his buddies are pretty mad at him.
Yeah.
Because they were traveling with this stuff unknowing to them. Like, they didn't know.
Yeah! I need... I want to sign a waiver if you're gonna be bringing a devil board.
Yep. They also...
Voodoo?
Yep.
Hoodoo?
Yep.
No, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot.
No!
Okay, Harold did not do anything to you. That's just...
No! No!
I
didn't sign up for this.
No, neither did these guys.
Just because you don't believe in it?
Okay, you think this is bad now.
I cannot.
So...
But I tell you, I'm going home tonight to watch this.
Yeah. It's so good.
I'm going...
It's actually so good.
And luckily, my son...
Yeah.
Z... He loves this stuff.
Okay.
He loves spooky stuff. He always asks to watch spooky stuff.
Okay.
So, well...
There's a lot of really good stuff on their channel. Because
Right.
they don't, like, post it unless
He'll probably
there's,
tell
like,
me I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he...
It's funny.
I watch Kitchen and Jorn with him.
Okay.
He goes, Mom, I want Kitchen and Jorn. Kitchen and Jorn.
Oh, funny.
So he'll probably tell me he wants to watch it too.
Yeah, overnight.
How much overnight?
Yeah.
Sure.
So, as he's unpacking these things, his buddies are pretty mad at him, and they have the REM pod on during this whole thing, and they continuously keep asking the REM pod if Elton should not have brought these things here, and every time it answers them with, like, really, like, spot-on accuracy. Like, it's right after they ask. And it's always like, nope, this is not good. So they're all freaking out. Elton asked them to turn the REM pod off for the last item.
No!
Because he said, I don't want it to give you guys any warning. And a little history before he reveals this last item. Before this, they were at the Conjuring house. The owner of the Conjuring house had a Dybbuk box that he said he didn't know what to do with and didn't want it. So,
he did not bring it with.
Yep. Elton was like, yeah, I'll take that. And he pulls out this Dybbuk box.
That haunted piece. Oh. Hell.
So.
What in the dumbass? I can't. Oh my god.
Yep. So history, Dybbuk is a Jewish malicious evil spirit.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Jewish mythology.
Yep.
Dybbuk box is a box that has undergone, like, different rituals and prayers and whatnot to hold a Dybbuk inside of it.
He better not have opened that box.
The very famous Dybbuk box is from Zach Bagans' museum.
Yes.
And the famous story is with Post Malone who touched the Dybbuk box
Yeah,
and then had a bunch of really
dumbass.
bad luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Why he fell in a hole and broke his rib on stage.
So, unknowingly to everyone in the group, Elton had this Dybbuk box. Which they later realized that's probably why the boat died on their way out.
Elton makes me want to kick him square in the jaw.
Right.
Whole left foot
Thank you.
in the right side of his jaw.
Thank you. Yes. So, they argue with Elton for a while, being like, dude, this is not cool.
For real!
Yeah. Yep.
Does he open it?
Not on this video, but they bring it with them to a lot of different places.
Why?
You want to know where he opens it? Eventually, I think, if I remember correctly, I think they open it at the Cecil Hotel.
Why? Why?
Because they're dumb.
Elton's dumb.
Elton's dumb, yes.
Corey would not go for it.
No.
I don't know what any other, like, I don't know what to look like, so I can't say if I know Corey wouldn't be about it.
They're all mad at him for bringing this, so that kind of tells you. I don't think any of them would be okay with opening it. Because he didn't want it at the Conjuring house. There's enough crap there already. So, they take a break to eat, and they all go back into the lighthouse. So, they're in this lighthouse again. They hear a boat. Again.
Okay.
So, Corey and Brandon go outside to check to see if they can see this boat that they hear.
Yeah.
Even though it can't physically...
Well, you should be able to see it, because there should be light on it, because you have to have...
Right.
Legally, you have to have lights on your boat to do it at
when
night.
It's night.
So.
Yes. Yep. So, they go outside. They can still hear the boat, but they don't see anything. It's really weird.
Huh?
And as they're out there, the door is still open. They hear a hiss from inside.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
So they freak out, go back inside and tell everyone, what they just experienced. Everyone starts panicking. Elton is like, guys, come on. We came here to get evidence of ghosts. Let's just,
what have you not gotten?
Right? That's what I always think, too. I'm like, dude, he always wants to take it, a step further.
You've gotten there twice.
You're good. Yep.
You have clear signs that there's something paranormal going on, and yet we came here to get evidence about the ghost.
So...
What did you not get?
Yep.
What did the REM pod not tell you?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Keeping in mind, too, Elton is carrying this Dybbuk box with them as they're in the lighthouse. So it's just sitting there chilling next to them this whole time. And they all kind of sit down and turn on the spirit box. And they ask the spirit box if any other entities were brought with them with the items that Elton brought. And the ground shakes.
Fuck out of here. Absolutely not.
And the spirit box says, get out.
Hell no.
So... And the weirdest thing, too, is, after it says get out, Corbin says that was a loud yell. And the spirit box says, in his voice, loud yell that was. And it's, really weird when you listen to it. It's, actually confusing. Because you hear it and you think it's him, but it's, how is he talking? He's talking, over himself. It's really weird. It's really weird. So... So they all freak out. And and they're all, way too panicked to decipher anything from the spirit box. So Elton is like, okay, here, let's do the Estes method. Which, if you don't know...
The what method?
The Estes method. That's where you take the spirit box, someone puts noise-canceling headphones on.
Oh, okay.
And they say what they hear. And other people will ask questions. And the person listening to the spirit box has no idea what they're saying.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. I didn't know that was called a certain method.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
I've seen that a lot.
Okay, yep. And I've seen this method done quite a few times.
Yeah, it's done a lot.
It is.
If you go on Discovery Plus,
yeah,
and watch a lot of Jack Osbourne's stuff,
yeah,
they do a lot of that.
Okay.
And I do believe Jack Osbourne. I don't think he'd be bullshitty.
Right.
But I watch a lot of his stuff, and The one where they're on the St. Mary with his sister. Watch that
Watch
one.
it? Okay.
Watch it. Because that one is trippy. Because
Okay.
she's really open, and she didn't know until he took her paranormal investigating.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So anyway, I've seen this done a lot.
Yeah.
This is the craziest one I've ever seen. Like, it's actually insane.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay.
So, Elton goes first. Puts on
Of
the
course he
headphones.
goes
He
first.
covers his eyes with his hat. And they're getting answers right away that make sense.
Really?
Yes. It's actually crazy. Eventually, Corey asks if it can name an item that Elton brought. And Elton says, spirit box.
Okay.
Which is an item he brought, but
Right.
it's not really what they were talking about. But they all freak out at that.
That did sound healthy.
He's fine. So, he's fine.
He's good.
Yeah. So they all freak out at that, and they make Elton stop. They're like, no, we're gonna move on. Like, that was creepy. So Corey goes next. Immediately takes the headphones off and said, nope, that was just someone screaming. So...
Nope, that's
Yeah.
just someone screaming.
Yep.
I'm good.
So he tries again.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately. Hi, Corey. Investigation. Corbin, be calm. Like, just right one after the other. So he takes them off. He's like, nope.
It said, hi, Corey.
It said, hi, Corey.
Investigation. Corbin, be calm.
Yes.
You be calm.
Right? Right?
You can tell me to be calm. You be calm.
But this was before anyone had even asked anything. So he was like, yeah, no. And so they make him try it again. So he puts the headphones back on, feels something touch his neck.
Get the fuck out of here. Fuck Corey.
So he's like, nope, we're done. I'm not doing that. Next person can go.
Right, like.
So then Brandon goes.
Uh-huh.
Corbin asks, are you evil? Brandon says, devil. Takes the headphones off. He's like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah, I get definitely done.
Yep.
Done.
So then Corbin goes. And Corey asks what happened when they brought you here. Corbin says pain. Elton asks, why are you here? Corbin says poisoning. Which ties into Zach Bagans' Ghost Adventures when they got drink mercury.
Yeah.
And then Corbin takes the headphones off and says there's a growl that comes up on every single rotation that he just can't handle anymore. So he's done.
A growl.
Yes.
A growl.
A growl.
All right. Okay.
So then Elton goes again. And it just goes off. Like, it goes insane. Elton just keeps saying, devil, evil, demons, the devil is here, you are one of us. He just, like... And this is some of the...
I am not one of you.
This is some of, like, the weirdest video I've ever seen. But there's a shadow that comes up behind Corey.
Get the fuck out of here.
And you can see...
Why you gotta fuck with Corey?
Because it's Corey.
Corey.
That's what happens in these videos.
Poor Corey.
You can actually see the shadow be chased away by an orb. Like, it's insane.
Rick's, you're gonna come back and you're gonna tell them the text that I send you tonight when I see this video.
Okay.
And you're gonna let them know that my reaction to the video that I watched. I'll let you know.
So they all get super scared as Elton just keeps spewing off these terrible words, right?
Yeah.
So they make him stop. And they all say it smells really bad right now. They say it smells like rotten eggs. Which is sulfur. Which is the smell of demons. And I've never actually
heard... As soon as you said it smelled like rotten egg, I said, oh,
Yep.
In my brain, I went, oh, shit, you can't see me. But I went to bed, I was stunned. I've been stunned this entire time. Mm-hmm. But...
Because, like, very rarely do you actually hear people saying they can smell sulfur.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen too often.
They mentioned it in the Hell House.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, ick.
They didn't mention the smell of sulfur. They smelled sulfur.
That's gross. Not a fan. So, everyone wants to stop except Elton. He's like, no, we're getting evidence. This is what we came here for.
For one time, Elton followed the crowd.
Well, they kind of come to the conclusion that they're going to give Elton a half hour by himself, and they're done. So they go down to the bottom of the lighthouse and just kind of wait there for him, and they kind of listen in on him as he sits up there by himself with the Dybbuk box and the spirit box. And not a whole lot happens. The weird thing that does happen is you can hear Corey's voice on the spirit box say Elton. That's weird.
Always gotta mess with Corey.
Right? So,
I wonder what he did in his past life.
Corey?
Yeah.
Or Elton? Oh.
Corey.
Yeah, he was probably a mystic or something, right?
Something happened because he's way too connected.
He is.
To the spiritual realm.
Yep.
Which is... I feel like if you knew how to channel it better, it could be fine. But I don't think he knows how to channel it.
I think he's learning, though.
Yeah. But I also think it's equally just very terrifying as well.
I think he's gotten better since he does all this stuff with Elton.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch some of the newer stuff,
I don't think Elton gives him a choice.
That's true. That's true.
Elton gives him a choice.
That is true.
Oh.
So, after Elton does his own little thing by himself, they decide it's time for bed. Just as they're laying down, they gotta turn the cameras back on because the bedroom door flies open.
Fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Yep. So, that's about it. They go to bed. The next morning, they hide the doll in an unknown location. They don't show where the doll is because they don't want anyone messing with it if they go back. Yep. And a little while later, there's a reaction to this video on Corey's channel. And in the reaction, Elton reiterates that the owner said the owner was the only one who had ever gone there since they were there. And he's the one that put the locks on the doors.
Okay.
He didn't know anything about the doll. He said he watched the first video, so he knew about the first doll. Didn't know anything about the second doll. And Elton also points out that when Brandon and Corey hear the hiss, that's what it comes from the direction where Elton put the doll. Like, you can see the doll. Yeah.
So how did the doll get... So did he not want to...
Well...
How did the first doll get there? Did he put it there?
Don't know.
So the owner has no idea how the first doll got there?
We don't know what the owner knows about the first doll.
But he saw that they put the first doll... He
knew watched the first video.
So he knew where the doll was, but he didn't touch it. He just went there, put locks on the doors. Yep. Why?
Because the way the house is the doors open a lot because it's
tilted,
uneven. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's why the locks were put on the doors.
To keep the doors closed.
Yes.
Okay. And then he was on there, he left, and then had it, and then that was it. He didn't touch the doll. Someone else went out there. Someone or something else went out there. Messed with the first doll. Put up a second doll.
And unknown to the owner, too.
Unbeknownst to the owner.
Yes.
I think he needs security cameras out there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That'd be creepy.
Because something not good is going on.
Yep.
Well, he can't get security cameras because there's no electricity.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. But that's execution rocks for you.
That's insane. I've never heard of this.
Right?
How'd you find this? Through them?
Yeah, I watch their channel a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right?
Freaking weird.
Oh, yeah. Very weird.
Very bizarre.
It's interesting, too, because I do think a lot of the stuff that happened to them was stuff they brought with them.
Oh, yeah.
But, at the same time, where they were has a very weird history.
Very, very weird history. Yeah, totally agree. That's insane. Holy God.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Yep.
Execution rocks.
Execution rocks.
I'm like speechless. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep. It's a fun one.
I can't even explain. Can't.
Yeah, so I went a little bit darker.
That's fine.
You got your serial killers and your haunted dolls. And two big boxes.
Brooke will probably go very light next week.
Probably.
Probably.
But yeah, that's all I got for you today.
Wow. Well, I can't. I'm so like, so many things about the head. We'll see. We'll talk to you guys next time. Holy cow.
Stay tuned.